What's up, Reef Builders? Welcome back to another episode of the Reef Therapy Podcast, brought to you by Chalice Corals, the ultimate coral experience. We're here at Golden State Corals, and viewer discretion is advised. It's going to get hot. I'm here with Elliot, and this is going to be another episode of a kind of walking reef therapy. This is definitely a visual one. If you're in a car, maybe save it for later. Watch it on a couch at home. The audio will not make sense without the video. We're going to go through Elliot's coral flat, his grow out flat, as well as many of the other tanks here at the shop. This should be out around the same time as the YouTube tour, where we did a brief overview. This is going to be a deep dive that'll complement that video, so if you saw pieces in it you wanted to know about, we're going to be talking about them here, talking about what he does for quarantine, etc., etc., etc. Where do you want to start, Elliot?
Dude, I guess we can start with the first thing that you see when you kind of walk into the shop.
Yeah,
which is
display.
This display. So this is our main, pretty much I would say, Acro display. It's a display slash also a farm, because they're not like the most massive colonies in here. And we do use it for farming. And it's a 150-gallon tank. It's tied into our raceway. Total water volume of the system is around close to like 500 gallons, give or take. And yeah, this is kind of where if the things are like, if our acros are a little bit higher end, this is kind of where they start off. And we've noticed that, certain things will grow a little bit faster in here when they're pretty much attached to rock versus on a frag plug on a frag rack.
Dude, there's got to be something to that, man. Like, I've seen that, I've heard that from so many people, and I've experienced it myself. Like, especially like this is like, you got branch rock in here, which is pretty cool. I mean,
yeah. So yeah, we did that kind of on purpose in here, just because I think the flow gets utilized a little bit better.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow, the acros I think get better flow all around and throughout, if that makes sense. But also like it doesn't allow detritus to settle really. Like when you're dealing with a lot of the flat rocks, I don't know if you ever end up like picking one up and moving it.
Oh, dude, you gotta like turkey base them constantly.
Yeah.
I mean, with this, like that guy right there, I'm not sure what piece that is.
Oh, that's the Poto Kingdom Hearts.
Right, so like the angle it's coming at, the flow's coming this way.
Yeah.
And like it couldn't do that on a flat rock. It would try to table off or grow straight up, and then it's like
exactly.
I mean, dude, to do the flow, the entire vertical column up the acro.
So like 90% of acros are like tabling, right?
Yeah.
Like, or 80%, I don't know, a lot of them are.
Quite a few.
So I in my head also, I think like if you put them on a flat piece of rock, I think they try to encrust. Like they use a lot of energy encrusting before they actually start to shoot off.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes when you put them on like either like a frag plug and like extend them off like a main thing, once they get to like a shaded kind of, once they hit the bottom of that frag plug and there's no light there, I think they start growing outwards, where there is light.
I mean, even like if you put them on an edge, they'll always just puddle out on the flat part
Correct.
and not go out of the edge. It's
Correct.
probably like less costly energy-wise, I guess, to just go flat instead of growing a branch.
Correct.
I mean,
yeah, and I don't know if it's like because they're trying to like create that like a foundation.
Yeah.
Like to stay there forever type thing. I don't know.
But I mean, you can see that on this piece really well. Like,
yeah.
I mean, really, it has to go up. There's nowhere else for it to
Correct.
go.
The only one that kind of, it's funny because the only one that kind of like messes with that theory is that purple, dude. That thing grew like that's a plug at the base, and it grew way down onto the branch, and it's still going.
The entire branch
in the dark, and it's still going.
It's hard to pick up on camera because it's dark, but the entire branch rock has got one branch.
But, like nothing else in here is doing that. It's only that one, which like I don't get it.
I mean, even the Heisenberg, the spath is
it's not really encrusting.
No, not really.
It has a little bit of a base, but it's kind of growing just out.
And so they sometimes take forever to start branching, so that's pretty good. You got that one rocking.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one. Really happy with that one.
Yeah,
dude. But yeah, I don't know. This type of structure, this rock work, it works really well, like for us. And I don't know. It's been really great.
It kind of has the advantage too, because you get the overcast from everything. Because, I mean, as you can see here, people can. You've got it all comes out. The Acros can be even more shadowing, and then you can get these guys down here.
Yeah.
You really get a low par region, even with a lot of light on this system.
Correct.
You said like 1,000 par up top.
Yeah. So during the peak period, we're hitting over 1,000. It jumps around. Obviously, with the flow on, it's jumping between like 1,000 and like 1,200. Especially in the top, I would say, I don't know, 8 inches of the tank. And then it quickly, about halfway where the Acros kind of are towards the middle of the tank, they're getting like the 500-600, and then it just plummets completely. Like all the chalices on the bottom are getting probably like 80 to 100 par.
Yep. All right, so tell me about this, the base here. These bowers, man, is like the Balenciaga or whatever they call it, master?
Dude, I don't really know. This was a wild piece from maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. It looked yellow when it was a colony. I fragged it up. Only a few sections of it had that kind of yellow gold kind of look to it. We isolated it and we've been farming it. Unfortunately, it's a super slow grower. And, it'd probably grow a little faster if we actually fed it, but it is kind of a pain in the butt to
It's pretty hard in this
reach
tank.
it. Yeah, it's a pretty tall tank, and then we have a lot of Acros in the way, so like going on the way down is like kind of risky.
And then is this guy in front a frag from it? That
Correct. So that was a solid, more of a solid yellow gold head on it, and we isolated that one, and then I isolated the larger one where it has some green in the mouth area too.
So this is from the same colony then?
No, they're actually from 2 different colonies.
Okay.
So we've only ever brought in or gotten 2 different colonies of bowers. One that had blue, like a little streak in it, and then so majority of ours are actually from that colony.
Got it.
Then our more recent one was the one with the yellow.
Okay.
So but we farm it. It just takes forever. So they're not available too often at all.
Dude, this mummy eye in the back, the Crayola meltdown, whatever you want to call it, it's almost got that magenta on the back there.
Yeah, it does. So it's developed a little bit of a purple. I think this piece over here actually has.
There you go.
I don't know if you'll get it on camera, but that piece developed it. So that's my oldest coral.
Yeah, so there's like the normal blue you see,
correct.
But this stream right
and it
here
transitions to that purple.
Yeah,
like a true purple.
I mean, yeah, I've never seen that. Same with like this piece right here, this guy with the really dark green on it.
That one's funny. That's the like really old school. They used to call it the, and it probably still is. I just don't hear it very often. But the 3G mummy eye.
Yeah.
So it was a solid green, very bright green, and I just remounted that one. You can kind of tell it's a pretty fresh remount. But I just found that in one of our other systems. It was kind of buried. I had forgotten about it. I think it was dying at some point, and it recovered. And so I just realized it had that little kind of graft happening. So I isolated it and going to try and grow it out in here.
Dude, that's a story I hear so often from people that really focus on chalices. Is like I even had a buddy that would intentionally try to bleach them, and every time he did, they would get an extra color when they came back.
That's really funny that you say that. I've heard of a crazy theory. I've never tried it. But when you say bleach, you're talking like give it a lot of light
like
and bleach
so
it.
much, bleach it purposefully, yeah.
When you said that, it triggered what someone once told me that, I'm not going to name names, but someone in the industry would take a chalice, put it in a little thing of water, add literally a drop of bleach, bleach into it, and only for like 30 seconds, pull it out, rinse it like a bunch of times, and put it back. It would mess up the chalice, but when it recovered, it would come back with extra streaks. I've never tried it. I've heard this.
Dude,
I thought it was kind of nuts.
It's got to be the same because I've heard that from a lot of different people. Like not the bleach thing, but like the light bleaching thing. So I bet it's some way they repair themselves to
it might
incorporate.
Be a stress, right? Like a stress reaction or something.
But I mean, even like this guy, right? I mean, that or it's like time, where they're like a jawbreaker and just with enough age.
I think that one's with time. Maybe it had some kind of stress, but so that's pink boobies.
Yeah.
And I've had that probably just as long as my mummy eye, which is now a Crayola meltdown.
Yeah.
And only in the last, I want to say like year, maybe year and a half, I did notice a couple little purple streaks, So I isolated that, and I've been trying to grow that. I've never sold any of it. I don't know if anyone else has had pink
There's a
rubies
similar
do that.
strain. I've got some in the studio actually. It's,
Do you?
There's a guy in Colorado that had that happen. I
Ah.
bought a frag from him. Then there's a second guy that's buddies with him, and he's got one with 4 colors.
What are the other colors?
There's a green on it, and there's almost like another, almost like a red, like a maroon or
wow.
red. So I think maybe it's like a time thing with them. I know
Maybe
those have been in the hobby forever.
Correct. So it's hard to say. I don't really know why they do it.
Dude, you got to take a
But-
frag of like one of these and throw some bleach in there and try it out.
I
or
may, if
something.
I have a double, I may attempt it. I may. I don't know. Prices have come down a little bit on rainbows.
Yeah, they're pretty
as of
cheap
late,
now.
So
You can make one with 12 colors though. That's a little different.
Dude, I'll let you know if I try it.
Dude, let's so let's go to torches, man. They were hot
Yeah.
along. That's like your typical Hellfire, Dragon Soul.
Yeah, I've never gotten the names down like fully.
Yeah.
I can't pay attention to that sort of detail where like I could be like, yeah, that's Dragon Soul.
No,
or
yeah.
like that's I don't even know the other names now.
It's like
21 Tails. Like I don't know.
Like a Nyx without any green, or does it have
So
some green? in it?
that's it used to have green. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, there's a little bit in there on the
There
base.
might be okay. It might still be in there. This one's like probably the happiest torch in this tank.
That's good extension on it.
It's got
yeah.
really crazy extension, and I think I got it as like an Ultra New York Knicks. What the difference is between an Ultra and a New York? Right?
About
I don't know.
$100.
Yeah, something like. I remember it had bluer tips.
Yeah, okay.
That was like that's why I kind of ended up getting it. It had bluer tips, so. I don't really know. I just if it looks cool, I'm gonna try and grab it. If I can keep up with the names, I will. But
It's nice to see the kind of gradient from like the yellow
Right.
to like the copper to the gold to like the really yellow over here on
Yeah.
the Grails. I mean, yeah, this guy right here is kind of that new agey, like people were calling them Grails, and it's
like I don't know. Grails are a funny thing because I feel like there's different grades of Grails, right?
there definitely
Like,
is now of how many times it's been thrown on a torch. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's grade A, grade B, grade C. Like I don't know, but I think as long as it has some kind of yellow gold to green, it may be considered a Grail. But a true Grail, I think, is that nice bright yellow, to
Yeah.
green, a little bit of green, mostly yellow.
I mean, like I say,
tips.
they could technically, yeah, it's got the yellow and green, but it's not screaming like like this guy
that
over here.
CC 24K.
But that's kind of like the notorious, at least from what I have heard many times. This is like the Grail of Grails.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's from pre-ban, pre-Indo.
It's pre-Indo ban, yeah.
So maybe over time, from being in captivity, and in the hobby for so long, maybe it's
I mean, like even like
become
in
more and more intense.
hobbyist tanks that can't cook stuff, it still just stays yellow. And I think to people that haven't cooked up a Grail before, like the yellow that this is not like a gold on like a Hellfire.
Correct. No, agreed. 100%. It's like a true yellow.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of something even comparable to it. It's like Zoas are like it, man. Like some Acros like a Lemonade maybe.
Okay. So those corals where like, it's like, is it green or is it yellow?
Yes.
Like, but
So
and
let's show an
everyone-
example. I think this guy's a good example of that.
Yeah, so that's a great example of that actually. So I don't necessarily see yellow. It's like a highlighter green maybe.
It's such a bright green that it fluoresces so much it almost looks yellow because it's lighter.
Right, but then when you go back to that CC24K, like when you look at that, at least for me, it's like that's a yellow.
Yeah,
like,
no,
obviously
there's
that's a yellow.
no doubt. You can see green on the base
Correct.
into yellow.
Like it's a very obvious that transition. Like it's a very distinct color difference.
and I mean, it's that bright on the camera. It looks like it's just shining white. Like it's that bright in person. It's such a bright yellow that like
it is.
if you look close, it almost looks white. I feel like. I don't know. I mean, it's so bright, man.
It is really bright. I mean, when you're looking at everything from afar, it might not catch it on camera, but like it sticks out way brighter than all the others.
And then here's the original Holy Grail from
the
ASD.
ASD, yeah.
That's from what I know, that's like the very first torch that was ever named a Holy Grail.
That's what my understanding as well. And that one's different. Like they're similar, but they are different. That one's got really blue tips, like extremely blue tips. And I don't think it's just having blue light. I think it's an actual blue tip.
Yeah, because this is almost like on the camera, it even looks a little bit of like a baby blue compared to a darker.
Correct.
But still, this thing kicks its ass in terms of the brightness of the yellow.
Yeah, the intensity.
This is no slacker though. This has still got some yellow. It's nice.
It's the nice contrasting. Of course, it's going to the bathroom right now, so it's a little closed up.
Yeah, you pointed out to me because I had actually not seen an ASD in person. It's almost got that division of the green and gold on the tentacles. Like it's got
it might show
stripes
you right now.
almost.
Look, you spoke it into.
Oh, we manifested it, man.
But yeah, it has that little transition. But also, I think with torches too, like it's got the weird green streaking at the base.
Yeah.
Not all of them have it either, which is kind of interesting. And I don't know.
It's almost like around the septa or like something. It's like extra cushion. It's like love handles, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, this guy's like an interesting, like another one of those like maybe green, maybe yellow guys where it's got potential.
It has potential, and the only reason I'm holding on to it, well, it's got fatter tentacles.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but it has that alternating kind of blue to purple tip.
Yeah, in person it looks like a cotton candy where it's like got the bicolor tips.
So, but the reason I kept this one is I sold a frag of this. This is a newer piece we've got. We've probably had it for like 6 months now.
Yeah.
But I sold a couple heads. One of the heads went to a client of mine, and man, I went there not long ago, and it was kind of like that other torch we just saw that's like highlighter.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that.
Oh.
And I'm like, not quite as intense as that one, but it's different than what we're seeing right here. And it is more towards that yellow kind of spectrum. So I was like, oh snap! I gotta keep this.
Gotta
one.
hold it.
Like,
yeah.
I definitely gotta farm this one and see if I can, replicate what's happening.
Does it still have the bicolor tips, or they go away?
You know what? I don't honestly remember that detail.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't remember. I'll look at it next time, just to be sure. I just remember the intensity of the actual like tentacles was like,
just
was
like
nuts.
crazy. Yeah.
It was nuts. It was absolutely insane. I was like, dude, that can't be the same torch I sold you.
Dude,
he's like, no, it is. I'm like, dang, okay.
I think some people don't realize how much torches can morph. Like,
big
they're
time.
like, I think you can cook torches especially the Grails, like as much as you can cook Acros. I mean, you can really pull more and more yellow out, man.
It's gonna be really hard to see it on here. But so that one right there, that's Dragon Tamer.
Yep.
And then we have another one up there, which is getting
oh my
way
god,
more light.
yeah. This is way bright, like 2 times as bright in person.
It is in person. You can see it brighter, but like that one, as only recently it colored up a little bit more. The one that's lower, and it's close, but not. This is still when you're looking at it in person, it's way brighter.
Yeah, I'll see if I can go back. It's like at least 1.5, if not 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, that was like evidently darker. And it did color up more recently. Still not as intense as the one up there.
Definitely a thing with par. I mean, I've always understood that higher par makes it so things are brighter, but doesn't necessarily pull out more color. Like broader spectrum will pull out more colors sometimes.
True.
I don't know.
But I think certain millis though, now we're shifting to Acros.
Dude,
but
we're just talking about coloring stuff up now. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think certain if you ever go to like these frag shows, you'll see people selling Walt Disney's, for example, or rainbow splices, which, in my mind, they're supposed to be more on that yellow, like an obvious yellow,
not a green.
But you'll see green, and in my head, I'm assuming that it's probably being grown in less light, and that's why it's gone green.
Like that's Disney when I think of it. It's got a green base, but it's got pinker, purple, kind of axial coralite blue, and on the tips, and
So, but I think you can get that little shift in color too sometimes, depending on the coral or acro or maybe even LPS. But I mean, maybe with torches, I think you're right. It might not really shift the actual color, but it would probably intensify it more than anything.
Like torches, I was able to pull yellow when I ran T5s with LEDs. Before I added the T5s, like just blue plus, it wasn't as yellow. But that also could have been the increase of par from the T5s. It might not have been the spectrum.
It could have been also, well, if you're comparing T5 with LED, also like T5 have kind of a different, like that UV spectrum to them, right? Like that LEDs don't have.
Exactly.
So maybe that is one of the factors that could potentially change color.
There's better spread. I mean, there's a lot of different. I mean, you'd have to really do a controlled experiment Gotta add like UV
That's
like
on you,
bars.
bro. You're gonna have to do
Yeah,
that
I guess
at the studio.
I guess we gotta figure out how to cook up torches and exact science. Damn, it'd be kind of fun. This one I was so happy to see it. It really doesn't do justice on camera.
This one,
It's
problem
almost
child.
Yeah, the common child. Yeah, it's almost like lilac tips in person. This was my first Grail strain I had. It was like 2020 kind of time. I feel
that
like.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I think I got this one in like 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, actually, I think it was 2021 when I got mine.
Yeah, okay.
It's like January, February, or something.
Yeah, so this one, I got this one at the same time that I got my Dragon Tamer.
Yep.
And what we call, it's probably not called a blow pop, but we got the other one called the blow pop. So we got 3 different Grail types at the same time. This one was by far the nicest as far as like coloration. But man, this one's given me so much trouble. I've literally almost killed this thing like 4 times.
Dude,
It's just so, and it happened every time after I'd frag it. And I mean, like, I'm not cutting through flesh or anything. I was like very safe about it. Like, just, I wasn't exposing anything. Like, but every time I would frag it, it would get pissed off. The frags that I got, like, and I would just be getting single heads off of it, and the frags would never live. But the mama would get mad, and I thought I would be losing it.
Dude, just leave it. Leave it for like 3 years.
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
so I'm not touching it like for a long time, and that's why I call it my problem child, like Grail.
Dude, that's what you should call it.
I might name it that.
The
actually.
problem
That's,
child.
The problem child.
When I got mine, like on the pictures, it had bicolor tips, and it looked awesome. It was oversaturated. It came in looking like an undercooked Dragon Tamer before they get the gold, like they're the copper.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it turned into that. And I really haven't seen that strain again, so it's cool.
I've had it for a while. I need it to grow a little faster, and I'm hoping it lasts. The longer it lives, I feel like the hardier it's gonna become.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, here's like a little. Dude, this. I keep laughing at this chromis hiding in this effluent colony. It's like.
Dude, that thing's
It's its home, man.
So I love, like, in this tank, now we're sidetracking, but I love putting like random little damsels in here.
Yeah.
Like,
you showed me that half and half one. Hopefully we get
he's down here actually. He's a chromis type. He seems to linger right around here.
Perfect half and half, like little pie piece, man.
So I love finding these like random weird like chromis and damsels and throwing them in here. I have to give a big shout out to my supplier because he knows my taste, he knows what I like, and if he sees something unusual on his like list to order, he gets it and he lets me know, and I'm over there. It's usually one of one. Like,
yeah.
And so I have to have them. And so I throw them in here because I think the rock structure also benefits everyone. Like, there's not too much bullying that occurs.
It's so dense. I mean, there's a lot of hiding places.
A lot of places. I mean, it's a lot of places to attack from too. Like, you'll see it if you watch it from a distance. Like, someone's gonna swim by, and then like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like a damsel or a chromis like shoots out and shoos them away. But it's really fun to watch, and I think it's more of like a natural, in a way, kind of a natural reef. Like, I'm not a diver. But from what I hear, it's like piles of rocks with corals growing everywhere. And
it's pretty much, this is the tank, man. This is it.
So, I don't know. But yeah, going back to, I forget now what we were talking about, but I switched it to damsels. And
dude, it's reef therapy, man. We're just spinning, we're talking. It's great. Dude, this is what I want to talk about.
Which one?
I had still not
Aries.
seen one of these guys in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen. I forgot this. It's the one with the S.
It's the Aries Avalanche. It's definitely a fan favorite. It's one of my personal favorites too. It's really unique growth. It did take a minute for it to like really grow. I think it was like stagnant for like a year.
And you've got polyp extension on it too, which is just awesome.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm not sure if they, like, this species, I don't even know what it really is, like, species-wise. I think you guys were talking about it, like, earlier.
It's one that starts with that S that's a deep water.
That super spiky one.
Yeah, it looks like a Huronensis. I always forget the name, but yeah. Someone will just ream us in the comments and tell us. It'll be great.
One of you Acro stickheads.
You know what we're talking about. It's that one, it's rare, and he's got one.
So, it's a really weird growing piece, and I don't think it needs crazy light, although I would be curious to test it in higher light and see what it
looks
would
pretty
do.
cooked up. I mean, it looks really good, man.
It's getting decent light, but not like, we're not talking like 800 part. Like, it's probably getting, it is kind of underneath the baffle here.
Like 4,
I mean,
3.
not a baffle, a brace.
Yeah.
It's probably getting around 3 or 4, I would say.
Have you fragged it yet? Like how fast are frags
Yeah,
to puddle?
Frags are slow, honestly. I mean, they heal over pretty quick. Like within 2 weeks, like they've started to encrust already.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, I don't keep them long enough. Like people buy them usually.
I feel like that's a pretty hot commodity. That makes sense.
It's a cool piece because it's. I mean, you don't have a lot
Who
of
has
acros with
one?
that shape.
Who has
I mean,
one?
a good amount of people. Like I got ours from Poto, Pieces of the Ocean.
Well, your Poto has them, you know what I mean?
So he
But,
has
like,
them, but like as far as hobbyists, I'm not sure.
I've not, really seen many. I mean, most of the acro guys will probably have one or two, but
That's true.
yeah.
That's
but
true.
yeah, hobbyists I've not seen a lot. Another piece that really caught my eye was this little guy right
man.
here, man. Oh, the camera does not do it justice.
I've been wanting that for so long, and I finally got it. That's a 2C's granulosa.
And I had seen pictures, and I'm like, it's not that yellow.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was kind of like, I wasn't sure if I wanted it. Like, is it actually yellow, or is it like a green, and like the pictures have been saturated? But I took the chance. I got it, and it's yellow. Like I don't even know. It's like a golden yellow.
It's so attractive. It's like a pastel rainbow, man. Like in person, you can't see it on the camera. I'm trying to adjust things. It's like a yellow base with green mixed in and like pink, like tips. I mean, it's really attractive.
It's really awesome, and like I don't know. I'm excited for it to grow out and see what it does. I have been dipping because I don't know if it's a tabling type. I have it kind of positioned horizontally.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a little more time, and then I may switch it over to like a vertical stance and see if that will have it grow a little faster, maybe. But I was really happy with the color, honestly. It's color-wise, there isn't really much that compares.
I mean, here's like a color comparison for the viewers. Here's a home wrecker.
Yeah.
You know, and all of its yellow and pink and fluorescent glory, and then here is this guy. So it's pastel, but it's still very bright.
It is. It is. It really is. But I don't know. It's a really cool piece.
I think we should go to the flat and look at some more
Yeah,
cool pieces.
let's
So
go there,
Why
for
don't you
sure.
show them your button here?
Oh yeah. So we did this for the customers, but we have this little button right here that when we hit it, it shuts off the flow for about 10 minutes in our like flat. That way you can kind of visit or view everything without using a look down or one of those acrylic boxes to kind of see and be able to look
That's
down.
the big. Dude, the acrylic boxes are great, but like it leaves much to be desired. I want to see slack tide like this. There's something special about it.
And it's funny, I was talking with Adam from Reefer's Garage, and and he was asking if like cutting down flow from time to time is like beneficial, and I was like, I don't actually know, but in this tank, like we shut it off often enough where maybe there is something to it. I don't know exactly what, but like the only thing I've noticed is fish get to like go around and clean up algae.
Oh yeah, I feel like it would
more.
mimic the tides, maybe like low tide perhaps.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I think it's beneficial for us. We get to look at the coral.
That's true. That is true. That's a big benefit right there. But yeah, a lot of pieces in here. A lot of grow out. We have a good amount of frags here. We tend to run out of room pretty quick in here. So I'm trying to get another tank set up where I can kind of move some of these colonies and start some smaller ones to grow out.
Is there a way to completely shut off the flow?
Yeah, there should be.
I think we can give people a better look that way. There's still a little bit of rippling.
Let me work on that. Actually, there's that Tunzi that stays on. Let me unplug that.
Oh yeah, the stream. Yeah, I guess we'll give a shout out to Tunzi right now.
Yeah, so Tunzi, big shout out. Stream 3, awesome pump. If you want like, what do you call it? Like very precise, long flow.
Like eliminates dead spot type pump. You know what I mean?
So we run this pump for a reason. Like in case this 10-minute timer ever fails, electronics go bad once in a while.
Yeah.
I have this low on the bottom of the tank that kind of shoots across the whole length, and we're talking 8 feet. No problem. It hits the end and causes like a little locomotion and wave action just alone without any of the other wave makers. Yeah, you can see the little shimmer. It reaches the whole end, and so I have it as a backup, like pump pretty much. It runs all the time. It doesn't shut off with the timer.
So is the Stream 3 the only thing that's on right now? That's what's creating all the wave action?
So right now the only thing was and then there's some like the inlets, the returns are
sure, yeah.
I'm turning them down now so that we get even less rippling. Although the fish might cause a little bit of extra rippling.
Dude, those pumps are cool. Those are the ones that are magnetically like levitated. Like they're a frictionless design, and they're awesome.
They're really incredible. Well, the engineering's like amazing.
Dude, German engineering, man.
Dude, you can't beat it, really. But yeah, when you take it apart, like to clean it and do maintenance, you got to be a little careful. There's this like one screw on the very back, which is like the balancing, and it's pre-balanced when you get it.
Oh no!
So when you mess with, I'm talking like you
tenth of an inch.
Dude, like you think you've moved it. That's probably enough, and it can throw it off. It'll literally like pop the whole impeller out if it's not balanced.
All right, so maybe design flaw, maybe it's a user
not,
error
well,
thing
I learned
potentially.
after the fact, you're not supposed to really mess with it.
Got
once
it.
It's set. Like there's no reason to really. So, but yeah,
dude, let's
hopefully
show me
this
some of
calmed
your
down.
pieces, man. Show me some of your favorites.
Oh,
There's a
man.
lot. This is overwhelming.
There's a lot.
Stimulus overload.
I really hate that question. Like, what's my favorite?
It's hard to choose.
It's hard to choose.
Show me some you've named. Show me those. Those are the cool ones. People probably haven't seen.
Okay, there's some cool ones that I think we named. Now they're gonna be back in the display.
Oh sure, okay.
But there's smaller pieces of it in here.
That works, yeah.
So I'm gonna stick my hand in. Hopefully I don't cause too much. So this is one that's been really popular. It's called the Sonic Boom.
That is tight.
And it does like this weird thing on the base. You see that? I don't think it's a grafting.
It's like definitely like a partitioning of the colors though. It's very attractive.
And I think it eventually turns into, bases out normally like the base color of it. But the polyps are pretty cool. I probably just closed it up right now.
Colors look good. People can definitely see the colors.
Yeah, okay. I probably closed. I wasn't sure what it would do if I picked it up, but that's one that we named. The mother colony really puts this one to shame. But we'll probably have to circle back to that one in the display.
Yep.
So that's one, and then another one. We probably have to go over there.
Other side?
Other side, yeah.
I guess while we're here, we can show them the mother colony of that piece.
Yeah, so this guy right here. So that one, that's the Sonic Boom. It has Sonic colors, hence the name. And it's got a little boom factor.
The hedgehog himself.
That's right. He's here. And then what else do we have? Okay, so this is one that we kind of named, although we're gonna have to bounce back to that display so I can show you the color difference.
Sure, sure.
This one's really cool. It's kind of like a green. Would you call that like a foresty green? I don't even know. It's
yeah.
a darker green. A darker green with like nice red polyps.
Almost teal in it on the tips.
Yeah, teal. The kind of bluish teal tips. This one we call Cell Max. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, I'm a nerd with that stuff. But so we named it for that. It's a really cool piece. I have no idea where it came from. I know it came from a show, and haven't ever really seen one since. So I've seen some things online similar to it, I guess, but I can't really verify because the growth-wise in it is weird. Like it's kind of dense in this one. And the ones that I've seen online are a little more spread out, but that could easily be a flow thing too.
Flow thing, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
Morphology changes so quick with acros. I mean, it's hard to tell species.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of tricky to tell. So that's one for sure. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, most of the ones that we've named are probably in the actual display.
Okay.
But I can show you a couple other of my actual favorites.
Yeah. Show me some of your favorite stuff, man.
So a really cool one, although this one has been how does that wording work? Like people doubt that it is what it is.
Oh, I think I know the one.
This is the Reef Raft Robin Hood, which if you Google it, you'll see like this kind of golden acro. With kind of like purplish red, maybe like coral lights and polyps kind of coming out. And I don't know if your camera will pick it up, but there's a definite color shift when like this section versus the entire back. Because like towards this week, in person you can kind of see that golden coppery kind of color trying to come out. And then the entire back half is like an obvious purple.
Yeah.
And then there's that grafting, right? Like there's the green polyps. I'm deeper down into the colony, which we might not be able to capture, is actual like streaking in the body of it.
Have you tried to propagate it out yet?
Yeah. So I have a couple backups. So I cut a chunk off of the golden side of it to see if it ends up becoming like Reef Raft Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Structurally, it's the same. color-wise, different. And then I did isolate like a pretty nice chunk of the grafted section, but we're growing that in the display.
Got it.
Which we can go to it or circle back
Dude,
around.
is it confetti? What is this guy? That's really catching my attention.
That one's really cool. It's not confetti. That's another Poto piece. That one's the Fire Dancer.
Dude, that one's hot.
It's like confetti. I think they're the same species of coral.
Yeah.
Like I think I have 3 of them. I don't actually have confetti. I kind of gave up on confetti just because I've grown it out like 3 or 4 times, and then
Just
it just
bites
goes.
it every time?
It goes. So I'm like, I'll take a break from it. Eventually, I'm sure I'll get it back. But it's the same type of coral. It's a little more intense.
Woo.
Color-wise, it's different.
Clown Tang is going at it, man.
Dude, he's got to go. He's got to go. I got to get him out soon. He's been terrorizing as of like the whole tank.
Oh, dude, he's just squaring up with this sailfin over here.
He's like the smallest tang in here, and he's the boss.
That's clowns, man. Oh my god, dude, you got some Illuminatis over here and some God Beasts.
Yeah, so I actually just fragged those. My Zoa collection has depleted over the years. I'm not like as into them as I used to be. So like I'm still finding like random little things that have survived over the years and like fragging them again.
Oh, there's some of that 3G mummy eye. I see a little bit of that green
Yeah,
on
so
there.
those were some pieces that I cut from that one we were growing out in the display. They're tiny little guys, but I'm going to let them grow out a little bit, and they'll probably become available to people soon.
Yeah, so walk me through, there's some pieces over here on the other side. There's some more Bowers and a couple Gonies.
Yeah.
Besides all the sticks in here. Maybe walk you through those. We'll stop at the display if you want to show the... We'll just keep doing this where we go back and forth. Show the moms.
So this is the Cell Max that we were talking about. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so the color-wise in here, I think because it's getting more par, it's a much more red. Like the one in the tub or in the vat was more like a coppery red.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
more like a maroon kind of thing?
Yeah,
yeah.
But this is like a pretty clear red, at least in my eyes. And I think it's better coloration here with higher par. I just can't give it more par in the vat.
Gotta get like 12 more lights, man. What do you mean?
Dude, my power bill is high enough, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then what was the other one? I can't remember now.
There was the Reef Raft, the Robin.
Oh, so okay. This is supposed to be the golder one that I isolated. Although now I'm noticing it is getting a little graft at the base, like there's a single polyp.
Oh,
I was trying to like isolate it.
Single green polyp at the base.
I don't know if you can catch it on the camera, but
you can barely see it.
Okay, but in person it's there. I'm like a little annoyed because I was really trying to not get any more green in there just to see what it does. But oh well.
It's inevitable, man.
Yeah, it's inevitable. And then we have this one where it's got
both.
Both. Yeah, it's got a lot in there. It's funny because if you just focus on the left side where the grafting's, it almost looks like a Garf bonsai. Totally
I was gonna say
different.
it does look like a Garf, yeah.
Totally different, but it's some people will like look at it and be like, "Is that a Garf?" I'm like, "No,
no, it's not. Unfortunately,
it's
not. It looks like it, but it's not.
Trust me."
Oh no, we gotta hit the button again.
Yep,
Oh,
10 minutes has passed.
we've got it on this side. Time flies.
Yeah, we have some Gonies. Some of them might not be nearly as open as what they should be. I just recently fragged a good amount of them. But in here, I'm really bad with the names too. The one over there, I think that's like a Iron Man maybe?
Yeah, it looks kind of
something like
one,
that.
yeah.
I don't know.
This middle one's pretty hot.
That one's cool. We've been growing that for quite some time. I think we call that one the Dragon Fruit or something like that. It's looked nicer, but I think because we just fragged it. And I don't remember where I put the mama. I put it somewhere, but
Gonies take a bit to kind of heal up. They're really finicky when they get cut.
After they're cut, especially that trauma they go through, they got to go through therapy and come back,
Reef therapy, yeah.
Reef therapy, there you go. And then to the left one's actually a really cool one. That's a TSA piece. They're rose petal. And I think they're a little closed up right now, but they do some weird stuff, man. They morph.
The color, like in person, is really kind of hard to describe. They're a little bit of everything, man.
Yeah, not like rainbow, but like different pastel kind of colors in there, like some peaches and pinks and like...
It all kind of bleeds together pretty well. It's really hard to differentiate what you're really looking at.
Correct. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it has those little blue tips. Like how those pink Gonies have those...
Yeah, it totally has. So you can definitely see some, yeah.
So, I don't know, it's a cool one. I really like it because it does this weird like morphing thing. And as it grows, sometimes get like a 50-50 thing happening with it.
Yeah, like I said, I mentioned to you, I think Chris Capp might have this at his shop. I'll have to record it and send you, see if it's the
I'm
same.
curious. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you got some Mardi Gras lords or Acans over here.
I don't know if they're actual Mardi Gras because they're actually
they're pretty
smaller
close.
species, right? Like color-wise, they could be very close, but they're a really small Acan, like kind of like the
like
Holy
the
Grail.
micros, yeah.
The micros, yeah. So they're really cool. We've had those for a while. It's pretty slow growing for us compared to the Holy Grail one, or the Holy Grail Micromusa. But they're a really cool piece. It's like that. You know, that's one of those pieces where you can see the yellow-green.
It's such an attractive combination, man. Especially on like
It
one of
is.
those. It's like, yeah, those are hot.
Well, I think true yellow is like not that common.
Dude, I think the true yellow and like lilac are like the two kind of hardest colors to get in pieces.
I agree.
Like, because pink you see gold, but like I'm trying to think, like there's like Sinarinas that come in that have kind of lilac, or like Endophilia I've seen.
Yeah.
And they're usually like yellow. That's my comparison point. Think about an Acantho or like an Endophilia. Would they have those colors? Yes, no.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the rarity, you know?
That's true. That's true. But I don't know. It's a cool piece.
It is, yeah.
And we're just, trying to farm it out a little more. And I don't know, we have some bowers in there too. We got bowers kind of all
some
over.
bleeding apples I
Like,
see. Kind of reverse bleeding apples.
Yeah, reverse. I can't remember if the green is the reverse or the red is the reverse.
The red's the reverse, I believe. Because like
Scully,
Scully, like the normal green, you know what I mean?
That's true. Okay.
So I base it off of that, at least.
Yeah. And then so over here, this is all like the WYSIWYG stuff that we have pretty much online.
Dude, so I'm going to walk through some stuff. Tell me the names.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff. What's...
Dude, let me grab a little, I guess a pointer.
Oh, yeah, good point.
That might help.
Let's see. So that guy right there.
Which one? Oh, right here? That's Princess Peach.
Okay.
That's a really awesome one. Gets really vibrant.
I've not seen one cooked up like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, the one in
nice.
the main display is getting like crazy par, and it's loving it.
Dude,
let me see.
I'm liking this guy over here. These little fellas.
Are you looking at these?
No, one over.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, and no, one up.
Oh, that's Heisenberg.
Oh, okay, that
is
makes
Heisenberg.
sense.
Yeah.
It's just the tip that's really colorful.
So it's funny because every time we frag it, their par that they've used to getting is literally cut in half.
Really?
So they almost lose that intensity of color.
They still have the different colors, but yeah, it's not as bright.
It's not as bright as the mama. There, you can still see the color there. It's just not as bright. And, over time it'll kind of get better, but I can't give them the same light that the mama's getting when we frag them.
Yeah.
You
What
know?
is this little bright guy down here? He's popping out.
So this is funny. This is actually the Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, okay.
Which, it's interesting because in lower light like this, it gets this, almost, I don't know, purpley, hot, pinkish
It's like
kind
a
of.
magenta, man.
Yeah, like a magenta. But the mama, if you look at it, it's not.
It's like red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because when you put it in, lower light, it does that weird shift. But that's actually Kingdom Hearts. A really cool piece.
Yeah, so is this your standard size that you have for sale typically?
Yeah, so, I try to get it's tricky with the higher end stuff. So with higher end, it doesn't grow as fast. So I can't really get big chunks off of it.
Yeah.
But the pieces that we have a lot of or that grow pretty fast, like some of these, I think we renamed this because I don't know what the heck it is, but we call this one Leonardo's Katana. It's a really cool, thin branching green acro. They're chunky.
Yeah, those are good size, yeah.
It's not like your 3/4 1 inch frag. But then when you go look at the Ska Jackpot, I don't have a massive colony, so I kind of make these little frags to kind of entice the colony to grow a little bit faster.
That makes sense.
But I'm also trying to be really fair with the price online, because I know I'm not trying to jib anyone, right? I'm just
$7.50, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to sell you a little booger for the full price of what it usually goes for,
I mean, it's really hard. I feel like people don't understand the overhead that goes into a coral business.
Yeah, it's not
especially, dude, the power.
Yeah.
Even with LEDs, the power in this place alone, plus you're in Cali, so, AC all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta pay the bills, man, to have a storefront.
There's no way around it. There's no way around it. But yeah, the overhead is a bit up there.
I mean, people hate the name game, but I feel like it's really good for multiple reasons, and as long as you're not taking a green Goni and you're slapping a super name on it. If you really get something unique,
Yeah.
It gives you a way to differentiate it. Say, I kind of found it, I propagated it, quarantined it, colored it up.
Yeah.
And you can charge, a premium price for something you put the time into,
Yeah.
and it helps pay that overhead so you can keep doing it. I think
Yeah,
it's like a good way to reward good vendors.
Of course. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's kind of the way it goes, right? Like,
It could be
or
abused, though.
it could what?
It could be abused, though, for sure, yeah.
It can and it has been, not necessarily by us, but
No, yeah.
but you know what I mean. Like, you see it out there. It happens.
Every piece does not need a name, but I mean, they're like that guy. That's such a cool piece.
Dude, yeah, that's the Sonic Boom. It's a really cool piece, and I don't know where I got it from. Like, I try to keep records of everyone, like any vendor I've ever gotten from, the names, like in my little notes, but it's hard to keep track or they get lost.
Dude, tell me about this guy.
Okay, that one, I actually don't remember the name. I know it's a Wet Thumbs frag.
Oh, like OG.
OG. So that comes from, I got that piece from Garrett. From Garrett's Acropolis. I think that was either last Reefapalooza out here. I think it's a Hyacinthus. It's a really cool piece. I forget the actual name though. It's a Wet Thumbs piece. If you really want, I can dig through my phone and find it. But it's a Wet Thumbs frag. So they're old school. I don't think they do anything anymore, but they were one of the kind of first to kind of do the whole online acro.
Yeah, I think Garrett
thing.
mentioned to me today that they're out of business because he had another piece he said from them, and he told me a spiel about them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they were big online back in the day, and when you hear that name, I'm like, okay, I have to have it because, yeah, I love the new school stuff, but I also love old school classics.
It's a really attractive piece too. I mean, you don't see many of those.
You don't. It grows surprisingly slow, actually.
Okay.
Most tabling.
They're pretty,
at least for me,
pretty good return on profit.
Yeah, but that's going to be a pain to frag. I don't even know how to go about that.
It's so dense. I mean, you just got to
just go at it and whatever
like mortar and
breaks.
pestle, man. Like,
dude, yeah, literally.
Throw it in there.
Literally. It's a cool piece though. It sticks out for sure. I mean, I like the contrast between the purple and the hyacinthus there.
It's like that magenta color that I really like that shade. It's a very attractive color.
It's a pretty cool one, and it makes you curious because like sometimes those types of colors in corals, when you put them higher, you can sometimes pull like little yellows or like.
There's a little green on some I see on this.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
you
there's like a
little
speck of green on the camera on some of the tips.
I don't see it in person.
Little bit like.
Oh no, I do see it.
There's like in the middle.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
There's a little green, man.
I wonder if that's an infection.
Dude,
cool.
if it is, that's even better.
Back.
10 minutes, people. I'll have to edit that. Look at transition. Yes, so this guy, it's not grafted, I don't think, but it's pretty wicked.
It might actually be grafted though. So it's been I have 3 chunks of the shortcake.
Yep.
And I've been worried about this one tip as of late, but then when you turn it over, you can see that there's like an actual little weird
on the base
graft happening. Get away from me, you tank! I gotta get rid of that.
You'd stab, dude.
So I think it's just doing it in the tip right here.
Interesting.
I could be wrong, but it hasn't died, and it no other part has really shifted that color. So I'm kind of starting to
think it might be grafting of some sort.
Yeah, some kind. So, but we'll know as it grows too. Like we'll know more.
Oh, dude.
Which one?
You've got an
abalone.
abalone.
He's out. Yeah. I told you he was in here. He's pretty big. That's Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank. That's
Hank
a great
the
name.
Tank. Yeah. He's pretty awesome. You usually spot him early mornings or like as the lights are going down and all that. He's pretty massive. All he's doing is eating, and yeah, sometimes I won't see him for a little while. I'm like, damn, I hope he's still in here, and then he'll show up.
Yeah, and a little birdie told me, which might have been you, that abalones might be coming back, the tropical kind, potentially.
I hope so. We'll see. I don't want to speak, too soon.
Yeah,
it's just.
That's all we'll say. They might be coming back.
I hope so, because they're really awesome inverts.
The ones at the studio do though. It's better than like any snail I've had.
Oh,
I mean,
they're hard, dude. That's all. Like literally all they're doing. They're like one giant stomatella.
Yeah.
But like, They do a lot of work.
Dude, it's like 10 turbos in one. I mean, that's the amount of like algae they eat. They're awesome workers. So, they're cool too.
No, they are really awesome.
Dude, tell me about this guy. This one also just caught my eye.
Which one?
Right
that
here.
one? So that I am pretty sure that's the WWC WOW Acro.
It's wow for sure.
It's WOW. It's a really cool tabling. When it gets more light, it does develop more of like those kind of peachy kind of orangey tips to it. So it's a cool contrast when you're looking at it with like that purple magenta color, you know. So it's a really cool piece. And frags sell pretty well. It doesn't grow as fast as I'd like it to.
That's most things. I feel like it's patience
usually.
is a virtue.
Yeah,
man.
that is true.
Hardcore.
And this hobby will teach you that for sure. Trying to think what else. This is kind of a cool one too, right here. This is actually, I got this one from what was that guy? BK Chem or?
Oh yeah, when he was around. Yeah,
so that one comes from like Canada. That's like
a Reef Raft
that's
Canada.
A Candy Corals
Oh.
Blaze of Glory.
Candy Corals gets nice stuff.
Yeah, they do get awesome stuff. So it's like cool to have a Canadian, coral.
Dude, you got to get like Adam to work with a wholesaler and export you some stuff. I'm sure there's some more.
Dude, that would be awesome actually. If that we could work something out.
I know Pat. We could probably work through Pat and do it.
Oh, really?
That's right, people. Canadian Corals coming too. Golden State Corals soon. If you want
That
anything
would
from
be awesome.
Adam from Frag Garage,
Yeah.
bug him mercilessly to send things to Elliot. We will arrange it.
We'll try to make things happen.
I want some too. It's
I'll
gonna
trade
happen.
you, Adam.
Yeah, this FLO, man. Not a lot of people have FLOs.
So this actually isn't an FLO.
Oh, it's not?
I don't think so. I don't know what it is. It's a weird tabling. So it's really thin, and it gets a lot of flow. Like we have the one in the 150.
Yeah.
And it grows like a staircase. Like,
oh, the one that Chromus is under, yeah.
So but that thing's structurally important in there. It's holding like a bunch of rock together. So. But it's a really cool piece, and honestly, I think it's appreciated more under whiter light. It's a nice like purple with red polyps.
Yeah, the red polyps I've not seen on a species like that, at least in person before.
Yeah, it's a really cool coral. We've named this one ourselves. We call it the Beerus Acro.
Dude, that's Dragon
Ball Z reference. I know it's probably too much, but but name game's tricky.
Dude, I see a
easier
couple
for some.
other pieces on the other side now that keep catching my eye.
Yeah, we can go to those if you want, man.
let's do it.
You point them out.
I'm just gonna edit. I think I'll just edit these parts out. I'll just cut to us over there again.
Yeah, sure.
Besides when we go there.
No worries.
Dude, so this guy's got like really gold and maroon polyps on it.
Dude, I gotta show you the one on the display now. But yeah, so that's a RMF Red Devil Nasuda. It's not a Nasuda. It's just the old name. So we're just gonna go with RMF Red Devil.
Rocky Mountain Frags, right?
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Frags.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, yeah.
I've never met him personally, but he's got some cool coral. They're pretty old school, some of them, and that is like one of my personal favorites because like it's like a weird green, but the polyps are different. Like it's got like a red and a gold polyp.
Yeah, I've not really
like,
seen that a lot.
Mixed all around. For me, it's a pretty slow growing acro. It is not one of the fast ones, but I really do love it, and it's really unique when you're looking at a bunch of different acros. Like it sticks out.
Yeah.
Like it's not the brightest, but
I just saw the bicolor polyps. I was like,
correct.
whoa, that's wicked.
Correct. I don't know if you got some footage, but there's a bigger chunk right in here. And from up top, you might be able to, I don't know if you can capture it from this angle, but it's a really cool piece, man.
I'll go and get some top down and I'll edit it in.
Yeah, cool. Fine. Up to you.
This guy right here, is that just a colony of that kind of confetti?
Which one? Right here?
Nope.
This one? Oh, this one?
Nope. Diagonal.
Where am I going? Oh, here?
Yeah, that guy.
No, that's actually Princess Peach.
That's Princess. Oh,
yeah,
so that's a colony.
I got backups. Like this is my backup. The main mama's in the display. But that's probably like honestly when we go to shows, that's probably the most popular frag.
Dude, I'm seeing the same stuff over and over. So I'm developing my taste in acros.
It's hot. There you go. So it's catching your eye right there.
I'm refining it over and over. It's the same piece as a frag or a colony. Oh, there's some frags of that of the bicolor polyp
Yeah, so
guy.
those are pancakes. And dude, that's been on that for over a year.
Oh man.
Like I don't know why it doesn't take off. But
might be time to start chiseling, trying to get some growth.
I might have to just agitate it a little bit, like scrape it and see if it'll branch out from where I do some damage.
Cool to see. Yeah, you can see like gold, green, and the two color polyps. Really cool potential on that one.
They are pretty awesome.
Not seen those before. Yeah. Tell me about these. Yeah, so in this other system, you've got
Yeah.
these micros, man. These are kind of cool ones.
Yeah, so those are like micros. It could be our lighting and flow. I don't know, but they're usually not as big as the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
We call this one the Vision because that little
Nice.
yellow center reminds me of the Marvel guy's Vision's little diamond thing on his head. And it's a really cool piece. We got it wild, like I don't even know how many years ago, but I swear it was brown when we got it in. And over time, it colored up, and we're like, oh, let's frag it and see what we can do. And it's colored up, and we're really happy with it. It's a really cool piece.
Then another piece that I saw when I first came in that I thought was really, really wicked.
Oh, I know which one now.
Dude, you've got these like fungia with glitter on them, man.
Dude,
it's like glitter fungia.
It's so funny because your average like reefer, when they see it, they're like, oh, it's just a green fungia. But then like when the guys who've seen like a lot of coral in their life come and see it, like, dude, it's got glitter. And yeah, it's really cool. It is a common green, but the tentacles are like this sparkly, glittery gold. And I don't know, I was fortunate enough, I was able to grab two. And I don't know, it's a really unique piece.
Yeah, I've still never seen that before.
I hope
Glitter
you're catching it on
fungia.
camera. I don't know.
I got the macro footage I can probably
awesome.
put in there. Yeah, so you've got also that big cupping chalice. I keep seeing this around Southern California. Why don't you tell me the story about this guy? It's like every shop, but...
Dude, so this one's like pretty funny. This one, I've had this for probably like 8 years, give or take. So before we were called Golden State Corals, I had a business partner, and it didn't work out. So, he wanted to get away from the coral farming and all that, and so we split up. And the agreement was to split all.
And at that point in time, my camera died. I had no backup batteries, and we had to end recording at around 1 a.m. So if you like content like this, let me know in the comments below, and I'd be happy to produce some in the future. Thanks for watching.